All right, let's try this again. We're doing Mkhulu the Zulu, and I've recorded one video already, and Clipchamp didn't decide to take it, so we're gonna run it back again. Hopefully, with a better result on the video editing side. Normal start. We like to do some setup to begin. I like whenever I see these icons, I like to give them names. And let's see, this is book. And this is paper. I'm going to go ahead and do these symbols as well. I don't always do that with the symbols, but for this case, it's a pretty good way to get around. Up, down, left, right. And then over here on the library tab, we have a name range already given to us. So we'll just say table, library, and copy paste values. Turn this into an actual table called M from map. And I want to bring in the OQ from the other table. So we're going to X lift up the icon and return the OQ multiplier. Let's give this a shorter name for the future there. Okay, this is the length of the paper icon. It's just length paper. How many books are there in the library? And that's the benefit of setting up the table. Whoa. Icon value. Okay. If Mkhulu starts in cell X4 and flies down to the border, how many papers would he read? Okay, so equals sum. And we want the column to be equal to the column of X4. I don't know what the column number of X is. It's like 22 or something. And the row then would have to be greater than or equal to 4. It's going down. That's not right. We're looking for papers only, so we need one more condition. M value equals paper. There we go. What is the longest flight path in any one direction? Okay, so we have this. We're going left and right, or up and down, and we want the longest streak of empty cells, basically. So we can do that with a by col and a by row. So we're going to give it the whole library, go by column, times C. Now what we want to do is take the biggest streak. And I have a lambda that's called streak, and it does exactly what you think it would do. It checks the value from the one before it, and if it's the same, it adds 1 to the streak until it resets at 0. So we'll put C in there and do the same thing for by row. So, and for this bonus E, we'll wait until we finish level 5. Okay, so for the ending OQ, we just start with, we do a product of our initial, then we want to look up the deconcatenated string here. Look it up into the icon, give back the OQ, and that's good. Alright. Now we're flying down until the border, seeing how many things we can grab. So equals sum. Actually, that's just the same as what we had over here in the bonus. Instead of X4 hard-coded, we'll point it at our cell. And for row, we'll say row of our cell. And we don't need this last one because we're going to pick up papers and books. Okay. Now we need to fly either 1, 2, or 3 cells, stopping at the first paper or book. I'm going to create a lambda to help us do that. Start and direction. And we'll say let next one be address offset. And this is a custom lambda I wrote that acts like offset, but works with addresses instead of cell references. So we'll give it the start. You can give it rows or columns, but you can also do direction arrows, which is pretty neat. I'll say the lower bound of the map is at 2 and the higher bound is at 41. And so that's the next cell that we land in. That's 1. We need a next 2, which will be the offset of next 1. And do it again. Next 3 is going to be the offset of next 2. When we have those together, we'll stack them. Next 1, next 2, next 3. And then look those up. Let's look these up and get the OQ with a 1 as a if error. So that returns the MQs, and what we want is the first one that's greater than 1. Books or papers are like 2 and 4. I don't care which one we get first. Just can't be a 1 if it works. So we'll do an X match of a true on that condition. And then if there is no 2 or 4, then return 3, because we're going to go 3 cells total no matter what. Now that's the number of cells that we travel. So let's do an index of our H-stack addresses. This will be the result of where we go next. Once we invoke it, the start cell and our direction, which is down in this case. Okay, so that's our next cell. To get our, what are we asking for? What's his OQ after the flight? So that's going to be starting OQ, product of the starting LQ, and then we're going to look up both your starting cell and your ending cell. So our start cell is here, our end cell is here. Each stack them together, look up the address, return the OQ, 1 if not found, and that's a wrap. Okay. Good. All right. Now we're gonna start in a particular cell and fly to the right until we hit the edge. He wants to know how many flights that is. So we can take that lambda that we wrote just a moment ago and change the direction to right. And now we're gonna fly to the right a whole bunch of cells. I don't know how far we have to go, but it stops in column AO, as you can see. So I'll just copy like an arbitrary number of flights to the right, and then we'll look for the first cell that ends in, that starts in AO. So X match AO, looking at the left 2 characters of these addresses. That should be good. Okay. Now, here we're going to fly upwards 5 times. And so I will just point this over here. 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are the addresses we fly to. Then we've done this before. Product, starting OQ, X lookup with a H stack of our places. So our starting cell and our intermediate cells here. And X lookup to the address, returning the OQ, 1 if not found. And what I do wrong? This is H stack is closed. M address, we need a comma here. Okay. Now that is not correct. So let me check, make sure that we're going the right direction. No, we're flying up, not right. So we need to change these. And there we go. There's one more trap. It's not initially obvious, but your addresses that you travel to need to be unique. You can't pick up the same book twice. So we'll do unique by column. that's good. Okay, for this last one, we're gonna start at cell T21 and just travel all these different directions. So it's kind of similar, only the directions vary. So we'll just grab our formula and paste it in here for temporary. We don't need to invoke this yet. What we're gonna do is make it a reduce. So we're gonna reduce starting at T21, and we're gonna feed it the decatenated array of arrows here. And now, let's say our A is our accumulator. We have a direction already. This start can be defined in the let, and we're going to define it as the last value of the accumulator. So take A, -1, and the reason why is because we want to return the whole history in A. So H stack A, and what that allows us to do is for the arrows, for the addresses that we hit multiple times, it allows us to skip the book or paper on the second visit, which is going to be important. So take -1. Now over here where we're looking up the values, these are the addresses that we're looking up, and we want to do a if is an AX match. This allows us to check are these addresses in the history already in our visited addresses. And so if so, then go ahead and or if they're not visited, give us the H stack value addresses, and if they are visited, give us 0, and that's the answer. And that's a fun case. I really like that one. Thank you, Jason. I'm Excel Gladiator, and my goal in creating this video is to help people level up their Excel skills, as well as grow the world of Excel esports. If you want to help me do that, please like and subscribe, drop a comment, or check out one of these other videos.